Hi everyone and welcome. This is Marcie Beseckerdesigns demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And as you can tell, I am kind of losing my voice. I am also on a new software program, so it is a little new to me. Well, it's very new, just a tiny. I popped my chat out also from my YouTube. Hi everyone and welcome. It just seems to wander around. Demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Move it to see if I can see. I am it's going to be quite the experience this evening. I am also so anyway, I did a new camera and I tried a new program. So far so good on all my testing. Seems to be working just fine. Other than my chat floating around, and I did now because I popped it out. I didn't figure out how to put it back in. But anyway, so I got to remember chat's over here. It's going to be quite an experience, a little bit different. So thank you so much for joining me. I am still working with setting home cameras and that kind of thing, but I really think this is the way to go. I'm super excited about it because it is does a lot more things than what I was thinking it would be, like my logos up in the corner, which is nice. I gotta remember chat's over here. It's going to be quite a little bit different. So thank you so much for having my name up there, but I changed it because I'm excited with the logo up there. And anyway, I'm still playing with things, and I'm getting ready to leave town tomorrow, so I'm not playing too much, but enough to get a video for you guys. I will not be here on Sunday because we are going away for the weekend, and I'll be flying home on Sunday. So Monday, my paper share will be here. So speaking of paper share, today, and order, and I will get you on the list. I will still have access to my computer and everything. And so if you could join the paper share tonight or tomorrow, is we are buying tomorrow night late. I will be putting the order in. So Monday. So don't forget, don't miss out. You're going to get a lot of paper today. Share. Okay, so now I'm realizing that and I will be on the list. I will still have access to my computer and everything. You're hearing me twice. Join the paper share tonight or tomorrow, is we are buying tomorrow night late. I will be putting the order in. So don't forget, don't miss out. You're going to get a lot of paper today. Share. Okay, so now I'm realizing and I will be on the list. I will have access. That took care of the music. I had another twice. I had another YouTube open in the background when I switched over, so maybe that's what it is, but that's kind of odd. Is the sound okay now? You guys are helping me with things that I can't figure out myself. Okay. It's more like an echo. I had another. Okay, so I'm a little behind you guys still, so if you can let me know if it sounds better now. I turned everything off in the background. There should be no sound on. Is the sound okay now in the background? You guys are helping me with things that I can't figure out myself. Really weird. Okay, let's try that. Okay, let me know if this is better. When I tested it, I couldn't hear anything else. So I am now, I put my hand up just so I can see. It should, I even did something else. I muted my desktop audio, which I thought I did. It's a delayed version of me. Okay. Okay, it's good now. Okay, so apparently on my mixer here, there's a desktop audio and a live audio, and I muted my desktop. Even though my desktop, I can't hear anything because I turned the sound off. I guess it goes back to you guys. Interesting. Now I know. Okay, good. Becky, if yours still isn't good, make sure you pull your bar up and get current. I am on live chat. Okay, you guys, thank you. That helped me a lot, so now I know. When I listened back to it myself, I couldn't hear anything, but I also wasn't talking a lot. I was just kind of doing some motions. Anyway, thank you for that. One of the things I was going to ask for you to do, let me know if there's anything that you think I should improve or what is good and bad, just like you did. That's perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so again, paper share. tomorrow is the last day. Tomorrow night I will be putting in the order. I will overnight it, which means it ships Friday. It'll be here Monday. I will also be here Monday. So I will start getting your paper share together and get that out to you as soon as I have it all together. I am taking some projects with me to work on while I'm gone because I have 2 Christmas classes, one online, one in person. So if you are interested in the Christmas online class, I highly recommend that this is one of the classes that you take if you are deciding what to take. I am going to be having a super special pop-up 3D thing that I am going to share with you that you will get the PDF for. Otherwise, the PDF will be for sale. So I highly recommend that's the class you choose to go on if you wanted to. That is so weird, Lisa, but thank you. It's somehow my computer must be going back. I was watching New Girl on Netflix and I turned that off. I was hoping that wasn't playing in the background. So anyway, I hopefully it's all fixed now. Thank you. Hi, Laura. So anyway, the Christmas online class is going to be a whole lot of fun. There's going to be a 3D card I just can't wait to share with you. It's like a 3D pop-up fancy fold. That's the best I can say. I have not seen anybody else make this, and so I'll share more about that later. As far as my bingo goes, you guys were asking for a sneak peek. I did do a little sneak peek. Now you're going to see me looking to the side because I have a list of things to click to pop up. It's a little bit different. So here we go, a sneak peek. The 4 projects are on the left. And if you look hard, the first one's going to be the camper, the tree lot one. The second one is the splendid thoughts. The third one is butterfly kisses. And the fourth one is going to be the summer, I think it's called summer shadows. A lot of die cutting on that one for you guys. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You do not have to have all of these. If you go to my Facebook page, it is Marcie Besecker Designs. That is my business Facebook page. If you go there, I kind of give a description on products that you're going to need, or what I used, I should say, but you don't need everything. Always keep in mind that you can substitute different flowers. You can substitute different sentiments. Anything that's die cut, DSP, anything that I can cut and send to you, I will. So the stamp sets and things like that, you can kind of change. If you don't have butterfly kisses, we have some old butterfly sets. We also, you can put, a dragonfly on there. You could just put flowers on there. You can, kind of change it up. Oh, Lisa, you're right. Monday is the 4th. Okay, so Tuesday. Well, I guess I'll get my laundry done Monday. Christmas class. Pam, I have not scheduled the whole Christmas class yet. Even though I've figured out my 3D pop-up thing, you can use anything with it. So I will send you stuff to use with it, but you can really use almost anything. You're gonna, that's all I can say. I will post as I know the Christmas items. I will post them as I know for sure which ones they are, because I'm still kind of up in the air. But I will, you have time to sign up for that. So as soon as I can, hopefully by the end of next week, I'll have a good idea of exactly what I'm going to use for the Christmas online class. The other thing is bingo in July. Those are the sneak peeks I just showed you. So the 13th, I believe, is the last day to RSVP. Now, when I say you need to RSVP for bingo, what I do is I cut it off on a certain day so I can start prepping the kits, because my kits take some time. And a lot of the time I do those myself, and I do a lot of my class cutting myself. And so I want to cut it off, but let's say that there's 55 people. I may round it up to 60 to 65, just to kind of, depends on how many days before bingo, because I want to make sure I have enough kits for everybody and have a few extra, but those go pretty quickly. The last time there was a lot of people that wanted the June bingo, and I think I made 10 extra and they sold before bingo. I think there was a couple after, but those sold right away. And so those will be going out this next week because I still needed some red glimmer paper, as you guys saw on the video. So as soon as I get that, those are all packed up right over here and they're ready to go. All right. You are welcome, Pam. Okay, let's see what else. I'm just double checking, make sure I don't have anything I'm missing. July host code, I have it already up, ready to go. So in the products listed below, you're going to have that code already connected to my products. And it's also on my blog and on the first page of my Facebook page. So you can find it there too. Okay, so this setup is like, I even have a little thing here that says there's my website for those of you that are interested. What I do want to do is show you guys something really quickly. I want to go to my blog, and so let me see, make sure I have that set up. I did at one time. And I wanted to show you how to sign up because a lot of people are having a little bit of trouble with that. So I wanted to show you that really quickly so I can, let's see if this is it. All right. Okay. It is not working, so don't worry about it. I will show you next time, but I kind of just wanted to show you how to do my, oh, I think I have to go over here. Sorry, you guys, it's a little confusing. Okay, here we go. So what I wanted to do is show you guys how to sign up for a class. So if you go to my blog, I want you to go up here to right here to where it says shop for classes and bingo. Okay, so you go to right there, and then you're going to go down here to bingo, classes, paper, shares, and PDFs. Now the other items that we have here are retired items. Anytime a catalog goes away and I want to post some old stamp sets or GSP or anything I'm going to get rid of, I will put them on there. And I do sell them fairly cheap because I just don't want to store them. And if somebody else can get use out of them, I would rather sell them, you know, for a decent price so that somebody else can enjoy them. And let's go back up to classes though. So we're going to go here. Now you can go to my online store right here, or you can, let's click that. You can click this, my online store, and it takes you right into my shop. And here's my host code right here. You can just copy that and then go right into my store and you have my host code. Okay, so right here, let's click on bingo, classes, and paper. And it looks like what you should do is, let's say you want the paper share. It looks like you should just add it to cart, and that would get it for you. That will put it in your cart and you can pay for it. But if you click on the red, which is what I would prefer everybody to do, sometimes I get people that pay, some people I get to register and don't pay, and it's a little confusing, and I get that, so I'm going to kind of share. So right here it gives you some details, how much it is, what it's about. And then you're going to scroll down and see what it's in there. You know, it's going to tell you, say, order the product on the 1st, you know, RSVP by June 30th. Keep scrolling down. You're going to have this form, and it should say up here, okay, it doesn't on this one, but I think it does on my Christmas one or my bingo. And it says scroll down below to register. This is how you register right here. And this is very, very important, and I'll tell you in a minute why. You can also pay right here. So that is where you want to go to do your registering. You're going to go back up here. You can go to bingo again. If you don't have PayPal, you can still pay with your credit card through PayPal. Right here, click for registration form. So you're going to click right there, and I didn't want to put that on all of them, but I'm trying to refresh people, and I should probably put it there, I guess, but I did, and that hasn't helped a lot. Just scroll down. I specifically need your bingo numbers right here when you do bingo. So that's another way, again, you can pay and everything right here. All right, so that is one of the main things that I need you to to do when you're registering, because I need that information and it's super helpful for me for you guys to do that. The next thing is, a lot of people ask me, why is that important? If you already have my address, if you already have my information. Well, it's because when you register, I get your address and it goes on my blog and it shows me that you have registered. So when I get my registration, I get a CSV file and it takes me over and I put it on Excel. So I have everybody listed, I can see who's paid, I can see everything. Well, what happens is when you don't register, you're not on there. So I put your name on there and I put paid, but I don't have your information. So for me to double check and just make sure I didn't miss anybody, that is kind of my double check. I look at my blog report, seeing how many people I have. I look at my Excel spreadsheet, and that is kind of how I do it. And that helps a lot. Going through PayPal is just clicking through and it's a mess, but I do that too sometimes if I have to. So filling out the registration form is super important, and I would really appreciate that. And also when you do that, please put your state, your zip, or your city, state, and zip, because that helps me, because I don't know sometimes where the town is, and I think I do, and I'm like, oh, that's North Carolina, and it's not. So geography and me, not so much. I have a splendid suite. I bought it. Yes, Laura, that's the same one. Okay, so let's get busy. I have this cute bag we're going to do today. And I thought it was just such a cute bag that you could do for a little gift. I liked the Just For You sentiment because you can use it for anything. If you need just a quick little bag, you could just be like, oh, okay, I've got this cute bag I need, and here it is. This is going to move around. We're going to move it because we need the die machine. But I kind of wanted to put the lattice on it, but I didn't want it catching, so I decided to kind of change that up. And we're just going to go from scratch and do this. So hopefully this is close enough for you. If it's not, let me know. I can zoom it in a little bit more. We're going to move this in a minute, so it's going to be a little crooked. I'm just going to add some tapes here so it doesn't slide all over until I need it to. All right. So I'm going to bring in some paper, and I have my flowers. We're going to be using True Beauty, and we're going to be using the Organic Beauty dies. And then, of course, we have our scallop on the back, our lattice on the back. So here are all of these. I think the first thing we should do is we are also going to be using our masking paper, the Stampin' Up! Masking paper. And then we're going to use the embossed treat bags, which you get 10 in a package. So let's pull one of these out. We're going to set that aside really quick. And the first thing we're going to do is take a piece of our masking paper. Now, you could lay the die on there, I guess. So where you have your paper, you could lay your die on there. Okay, so if you don't have the masking paper, you could take your die, and I'm going to leave my bag folded, and you could lay this on here like that. You can see kind of like, you can see that you have to kind of push it down to get it to lay straight on there. Okay, so it's kind of bowed in just from packaging and stuff. So this really isn't the best solution because you really have to stick your hands all in it to get it to press down. So instead, we're going to take one of our masking sheets here, and just make sure you have one. They're very thin. You have the waxy plastic side on one side. Okay, so you don't want to do it on that side. I'm going to do it on this side. So we're going to do this, and I'm just going to run it through really quickly. So we're flying out tomorrow, and we'll be back on Sunday, and we're going to Montana. But in Montana, I'm on video. Oh, Hold on one second. Go, go. My husband's supposed to take the dog to the dog sitter. And he just walked in like, do. And I said, I'm on video. And he's like, oh, I got to take the dog. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So, anyway, we're going to go to Montana and surprise our youngest. So, she doesn't know we're coming. Her fiance knows we're coming, but she does not. So, it'll be fun. All right, so look at all these little triangles. So I'm going to tell you, be very careful when you pull these out, but I'm thinking there's something else we can do with these, and you'll be seeing these in a future video because I already have an idea. So I'm going to take all of these out. Remember, this isn't double-sided tape. This is just masking. So if you did it with double-sided tape, my thought is you could put these down and put, you know, make a, like a, oh, like an, oh, what's that called? Oh, look at you, I already pulled off some of that. It's called Argyle, like Argyle, kind of like to make a masculine card, and then add some color or gold or, you know, whatever on it. But I also think you can put it on there and mask out little diamonds for something. Oh, Carolyn, I hope you got my message. I got yours. Thank you. It's all taken care of. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you've got the sticky part right here. Because remember, it's like this because it's got that seam down the middle. So it's two pieces. So it's already come off on one. And then here's the other one. And it's super low tack, okay? So it's not super sticky. It's not going to peel anything up. And so we're just going to lay this. I'm going to go from the middle, okay, because it's kind of going like that. So I don't want to do it on the sides first because then the middle may not lay right. So do the middle first and then just kind of work your way out. All right, so there we go. Get it on there the best you can. And then I used Pull Party. So I'm going to pull out Pull Party. And my brush here. So I have a green brush, and then I have, this one's not even colored, but named, but this is like more of a blue. So it's like Coastal Cabana, Pull Party, even Bermuda Bay. I would probably use this one on Tahitian Tide, you know, brighter colors kind of like that. All right, so here we go. So let's get some color. You want to get a bit. So I like to go around the outside and the inside just to kind of get a good amount. And then I'm just going to tap off up here and then start. And then just go and kind of just make sure you stay inside. If you don't go all the way to the edges, that's okay. But you want to kind of stay on the inside so that you can get your color on there. It does not have to be corner to corner. You can see on here that it's just kind of a, you know, it's lighter over here and down here. And so that's good. You just want it to kind of give it some color in the background there. So it doesn't have to be a perfect square or anything like that. Okay, and I'm thinking this is going to be enough. We're going to have our flowers over here. So I'm just going to kind of go a little more over here and across the bottom. All right, so there's that. And I think that is, you know, I think I'm just going to do a tad more. I just want it a little, this one's a little darker, I think. And so I'm just going to go kind of right in the middle here, a little darker. There we go. And you can go, you know, over where the flowers are, although you're going to be covering a lot of that up. All right, I think that's better. Okay, so in fact, I'm taking something to my daughter tomorrow, our youngest, and I'm going to be using one of these bags. So look how cute that is. All right, I'm going to try and come in just a little. Tell me if this is too close for you guys, but I think that might be a little bit better. I'm still kind of working on the lighting and that kind of stuff, so hang tight with me. Now that I have a new camera and everything, I think it's going to be a little bit better. Okay, so this obviously is the back side because it's folded up this way. That's why I'm going to do this side and leave it flat until I'm done. So now what we're going to do is just set that aside. And we're going to bring in our dies, and we're going to bring in our stamps and do some coloring. This one looks most like a rose to me, so I chose the colors we're using. Oopsies. Nothing like traveling when you're sick, huh? It's polished pink, and then I'm using pale papaya, freesia, fresh freesia, and soft sea foam. So let's get our polished pink out for this one. And this is really a pretty quick card. I'm going to just kind of get it all over and do a nice stamp right there. Oops, and I'm not worried about that. I have a die. I did push hard and I kind of felt that I did that, but that's okay. And then we're going to, and that is all I'm using it for the pink, and you can kind of change them up and do whatever you want. The pale papaya, I'm going to use the larger one here that opens up on the end. Okay, so there's that one. And this one does have a fade spot in the middle. That's how the stamp is. These are those distinctive type stamps. Okay, so there is that. The next one, I'm using fresh freesia, and I'm going to do that on this one here. It's so funny because you can stamp these and you look at them and you're like, oh, they didn't stamp that great. They're, you know, they're not a nice solid stamp, and they're not supposed to be. And so when you look at it and you notice that it's got just a lot of different, you know, shading to it, it all kind of makes sense. All right, so there's that. And now we're going to do our extra flowers. So we're going to have this stamp and then these. I'm going to do 3 little yellow ones. So we're using So Saffron. Sorry, I didn't take that one out yet. All right, so we're going to do 3 of these. Okay, we're going to die cut all those out. And then let's start with our green. So I have 1, 2 leaves, and then I've got the long stem. I already had an extra long stem, so we're going to leave that one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do our other 2 leaves. So that is soft sea foam. All right, so we have this one, so let's do this. We're going to do 1 and 2. Okay, so there's that. So this one, what we're going to do is a little bit different. We're going to use markers. And you could use your stamp lattice if you'd like, but it's kind of tucked in the back. To me, it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to take my soft sea foam, and I'm just going to do, and you can see where it looks wet, I'm going to do everything that I think is a stem. And like I said, a lot of it, other than the top, you don't really see that much. So it's just not that big of a deal, but you want to do it fairly quickly so that your greenery stays, or so that your colors stay wet. This one right here, I went up, it looks like a leaf kind of coming up, and that the bud is just kind of sticking out. All right, so do that quickly, and now let's take the brush end and just do your yellow. Remember, it's So Saffron, so it's light. Okay, just kind of brush across. Get all the flowers. You can see where it's not shiny. That's where you want to put your second color. because that's where all your flowers are. And then down right there. And then I'm going to do this one. And so now I started from the top and I went down. Now I'm going to come back on the top and just quickly just do the ones that I think might show up. And now I'm going to huff on it. And stamp it. Okay, so there we go. And this one actually looks a little darker than that one because I probably grabbed the wrong color. Oh no, it says so saffron. So that's okay. I probably, it's probably a new one. This one was actually sitting inside my bag. I mean, in my case, this one right here. But it is so saffron, but look at the color difference. This one I believe is a newer marker. And that's okay. And it's they're gonna lighten up anyway. So let me pull in our machine and let's get some die cutting done. We'll just move this over really quickly. So we have one. All right. I mean, my plates are getting a little warped. Okay, what I like to do is hold this back, and then I like to put this one on because I'm using lots of different dies. And then we can use, I use my my tape here. It's removable tape. So especially the ones that, I mean, I don't want them to move anywhere, especially when I'm doing so many of them. So I'll just add that on there. And I have a bunch of little pieces of tape from stuff that I've been using. And it's not a big deal that they're not super sticky because I've been using them a lot. It will hold them enough. And that's what I want. All right, so now I'll go here. And you want to be careful you don't have your other die, let's see, that's going to cover up. You don't want your tape covering up your other flower because otherwise your glue is going to really stick to your tape is going to stick to your image there. Okay. And again, this is just from Amazon. It's just, instead of Post-it tape or anything, this lasts forever. It's just tape, regular Scotch tape. Thanks, Laura Dar. All right, so now just kind of find your spot. This won't take long. And then they give you 2 little flowers, which is nice. I love when they do that. Now, you also have other images here that you could use, like we used this one, but you could just do a solid color with those if you wanted. Okay, these are 2 of them, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this right here. And this one right about there. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of a longer piece. Okay, so focus on one, then just let go of the tape and then push it down. You should be good. So I looked up in Montana where we're going, and hi Katie. And there's nothing. There is nothing around. My husband's probably going to be fishing or doing something with the fiance. Our youngest has to go pick up. There's 2 kids. He has 2 kids, and they're at a camp or something. So she's going to go pick them up, and so we're just going to be I'm just going to be kind of hanging out. So I did prep some stuff to take with me, of course, because I may be at the hotel room crafting because I don't even think there's a movie theater, and we checked like the next 3 towns around. So if anybody's from Montana and knows the Savage Glendie area, that's where I'm going, and I don't think there's anything to do. And Sydney, that's the other town that's close by. All right, so we're gonna just get our flowers, but it'll be fun. If there's a movie theater, I'm all for that. I can go watch some movies. I heard the weather's nice now, so that's good. Hi, Mary, how are you? So that's a good thing. I'm all about the weather being nice. I've always wanted to see Montana, so I will be able to mark 2 states off of my list. Montana and North Dakota is the 2 places we're going to be going, so that'll be kind of fun. All right, so I have one more here. So I just put these tapes right back on my tape dispenser, just on the, you know, the big plastic tape dispenser, and I just stick them on there for next time. And I just started my 2nd roll, and I've been using these for a couple years, so it takes a lot. I am good. I've got a weird cold thing starting, but other than that, I am fine. I was just thinking how lucky I am that I don't get sick, and then look what happens. I didn't even say it out loud. I was just thinking to myself, oh, I'm so lucky that I don't get, you know, sick. There's been a lot of people with summer colds and even COVID. I've had a lot of friends get COVID, and of course I'm hardly around anybody. All right, so there we go. There's our pieces. So let's pull this back in here real quick so we have a little bit of something to work with. All right, let's bring our bag in. So what I did is I brought these in and then just kind of get an idea. Now I already have an idea, but just kind of get an idea. You want the big piece to go in the back. So just kind of put that, I think that pin is so funny that it came out so dark. But just kind of put that like right there. And then what I did with this is I chopped off the stem because I didn't think that there was any reason for this stem to be under everything. So I just chopped it off like that because I still wanted the leaves. So we're gonna put this, you know, like somewhere up here. And I looked at the rows and I felt like it went this way. So just kind of, I like to put one on top and one underneath just so it kind of looks like it's a, you know, it's not just popped right up. You could just pop it right on top if you wanted, but I kind of like it to look a little more natural. And we're just gonna start layering stuff up. So the first thing I'm gonna do is start with this one. Let's create our bow. So I used the sheer ribbon with the pull party. And so I'm just gonna do a double bow. I'm gonna, not too big. Remember, it's the width of your fingers here that tell you what size you want your bow. I'm gonna do a double. So like this. I hold it like this and then back. That kind of gives me my tying. So I'm gonna cut it right about here. These aren't really my ribbon scissors. All right. All right, and then just go around. Again, if you haven't seen my bow video, there's a lot of bow tying going on over there, and you can kind of go check it out. And I go really slow and show you how I tie my bows. All right. So now we have our bow. Okay, so now we're gonna get our dimensionals and just kind of start layering everything up. Medora. Oh, Trina. Okay, what's there? Ooh, I gotta write that down. Hold on. Mendora. Where's my pen? Medora. Medora, not Mendora. Medora. Okay, perfect. What is to do there? I want to know. Because I may just be taking the car. I told my husband I might just have to go to a casino. And he's like, yeah, sounds like that's what you might have to do. Because I do like playing penny slots. I go, I don't know, 3 times a year. My girlfriend and I, it's her birthday or my birthday, and we used to go play bingo. But they don't do that anymore. So her and I just kind of go and do the slots for a little bit, just some time away. It's fun. We just sit and chat and watch people. It's hilarious. But we haven't done that in a while. And I looked up the casinos, and there's literally one little bar, and I think it's card games. So it's a card room and a bar. And I'm like, well, that's not going to happen. So today I decided to come up with a bunch of craft stuff to do. All right, so we're going to just start there, and I'm going to just tuck. Okay, so we're going to pull this up a little bit because it's lightly on there. And we are going to put this under here. And I'm still going to put dimensionals on it because I want everything to be kind of popped up. But I'm going to put them up on the tip. Okay, so just on the tip here, because this is going to tuck under. And I want it to go right about there. Okay, so I got the raw edge that I cut, put away. You can't tell. I'm going to put 3. You guys, can you hear my washing machine? You probably can. I normally don't start the wash until after my video, but we're leaving and I wanted to make sure I had my stuff all going and not be up till midnight. All right, so there's that. Now what I decided is this stem is here, and I kind of do want to put my bow on, and then I'll work around my bow. And so we'll tuck underneath all of that. So let's get our dimensionals out. Thank you, Katie. You guys, is the video okay and everything? I thank you guys so much for your input. For those of you that joined late, I'm on a new software program and everything, and I just want to make sure it's okay for you guys. And if not, I will be working on it and fixing it. All right, so we're going to put our bow at this point. We're going to take our 3 little flowers. Got my nails done today, and she shortened them again, and now I'm going to have to carry my pokey tool with me. Okay, 1, 2. Did I miss one? 1, 2. I did cut 3, right? Okay, look, I cut 3. 1, 2, 3. Am I not seeing it? This is trash. I haven't thrown trash away yet, so. All right. That's trash. Do you guys see it? I'm watching. Well, okay, well, we're going to do 2 until we find the 3rd one. It might pop up because I don't see it unless it fell. Nope. Okay, well, 2 it is for right now. I am so excited about the new catalog. Are you guys excited? I told my husband I have got to be home to get my catalog stuff, and I'm so glad that, well, I'm not glad, but Monday, I forgot it was a holiday, so we're not going to get our stuff. Okay, so I just popped these up on top, and apparently I'm popping 2 up. I can do another one later and add it, but I wanted to do 3, so I'm just going to add another one over here, and then I would add a 3rd one right here. So I'll do that after because I can't find it unless it shows up somewhere. All right, so now we're going to do dimensionals on this one too. And so you just kind of start layering up your flower where you want it. So this one I'm going to have come just snug underneath. I want my ribbon to show. I want the flower to show. I still want the leaves to show here so you can get, you know, all the variety of colors. And now with this one, I did one dimensional because we're going to be putting a lot of leaves around this one. I took the more decorative pieces up here and I'm going to put those up here. So I'm just going to kind of tuck this, but have this little part come up on top of the ribbon a little bit. Okay, so right there. I'm not going to push it down super hard. On the die cutting machine, I'm going to look right now. Nope. I'm looking everywhere. Looking on the floor, and I do not see it. I do see one of those triangles, but it'll pop up. It's got to be somewhere. Okay, so there we go. There's that. And now let's do our leaves. So we're going to do our leaves here and put these on. But look how cute this bag is, just to have ready for somebody. And I have a whole bunch of white tissue. We'll just stick that in there. I'm going to lift up my bow. And that flower is still kind of pulled up, right? And so I'm going to just kind of stick that in, but I want it out enough because I want to see the pretty leaves. So we're going to stick that there. And then there's our bow, and now we have one more. I can't believe our little flower is missing, but and I cut them last, so it's not like they stuck to anything. That's okay. I'll redo it and add it. All right, so then we have this last leaf that we're going to lift this up again and just kind of tuck it under. And this time I'm going to go a little under this one and a little under the purple. So now I'm okay putting everything down. Super simple. All right. I'm still looking for that thing. All right. So now we're going to, I can always add that later. My sentiment I have, okay, so I used the Charming Sentiment and I had it. I'm telling you guys, when you're not feeling well, you should sometimes think about when you're doing things like this, because, oh, here it is. So I have a whole drawer of these that I cut out some time ago and I showed you guys, but I liked the Just For You because this could be for anything. Hi, eeek, how are you? So I really like this set because I liked that I stamped a bunch and die cut a bunch, and now I have a whole bunch of them ready to go. So I can just use whatever I want. Right here, you can see that stem that's right there. I decided to add a dimensional on the back of this, and I just did one large one, and you can put it on there just perfect to where it fits on there. And then I like to take my little tool and I'm just going to kind of snug it right up there and just add it there. And now, of course, my new favorites are the iridescent rhinestones, which I just absolutely love. I tend to use the small ones a lot. So this time I decided I'm going to use the large and the medium. So I'm going to put a large right in the middle of this flower. And then I took some mediums and I'm going to put one right here. And I'm going to take another medium and I'm just going to tuck it in right there. And then that way you have your gems on there. You didn't have to use your little ones. Use those for your cards. Use up your larger ones. So think about that when you're doing projects and you're like, oh, I don't know, what am I going to do? I use up all the little ones a lot on cards. So this time I went larger. It's a larger project. I have some tissue. Let's see what that looks like. And I just have white right now, but if I have like a pink or a soft pastel color, it would be really pretty. let's just take this. I'm going to do it in this one because it's open already. So I'm just going to make sure my bag is open. And I like to grab my tissue just from kind of the middle and then just go in carefully. I like to leave the tissue fluffed up as much as I can. So now just kind of push it in. And of course it depends on what you're putting in here. But look how cute this is. Now be careful because it's kind of coming out the sides of the handle. So if you put your two fingers together through the handle and then just kind of, you know, tuck it down in and slide it in, it just goes down a little bit farther. And so that's a lot of tissue, but I would probably cut this in half or something, but you get the idea. Now I'm going to go through the top and just push it all the way down. And so there you go. I'm going to push that side in. So there you go. And then so now you have this cute little bag with tissue and it's ready to go, but look at there, it's flat and I can store a bunch of these together. And you can even, you know, do partial, whatever. You can do different scenes. You can do different things on it to make it masculine or whatever. These bags are super handy. And you get 10 of them. I didn't look up the price. I forgot. I should have. But they're listed below. So anyway, cute idea. It's really nice to have a little, you know, bag on hand that's not super big, but just enough. You could even put some cards in there. Or a little gift card with, you know, a little snack or something, whatever, you know, you want to do. Do the dies cut out the DSP? Oh, you know what? Let me see. Let me grab the paper. I don't think I've tried. I love the paper, but I don't think I've tried it. I might have on the video, but let me see if I can find my paper here. Oh, I can't believe, oh, here it is. I have a lot of paper over there. Okay, let's see. Let's see if they do. So this is the paper I have left that I haven't used, and I can tell you that it, oh, let's see. It may cut out but not be perfect. So this die cuts this out, but if you look at it, these have like jagged edges and these do not. But you could, you know, it looks like it could cut it out. You're just going to have a little space around the back. The others, no, this is much smaller, but let's say that you wanted this little yellow flower, you could put it on there and get that flower. So I think that there are, like this is way too big. This one, yeah, see this is way too big on this one. So the flowers are much larger, but you could get away, I think, with this one, and you could do that. You could even, maybe this one you could probably do, look at, you can get some little black on the bottom and some flower. Okay, let's see what else we have. Of course, the flowers. This one, I don't think, let's see. So this one, now see how the flower is a lot larger. It's a lot bigger than those. But you do have, of course, the solid backgrounds that you could make things work. Now this one you can. So this one reminds me of the one with all the leaves and the holly and all that. For boughs of holly that you can do that. So it looks like they give you a sheet, because if you look at this, you're like, that's not going to make a good background paper. I mean, it could, but it would be much better if you did this. Let's see. You just have to find the way it goes. Here we go. I bet you it's like, no. Well, that's kind of wonky. Oh, here we go. So there's that one. This one, look at the big chunk out of the one right here. Yeah, so this would be really pretty. I even think this one would go. So yeah, the paper you would get, you can also do that. Oh, you're welcome, eeek. Yeah, look how pretty. And even your leaves, you could do your leaves right here. So there you go. Yeah, you definitely could do it on this one. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, that's so pretty, so pretty, so pretty. This paper is just gorgeous. Okay, so this is going to be way too big for any of these. These are the leaves, but yeah, too big. Again, you could probably use your small ones, like right here. You could use your small. But I really think that's it. The leaves are a lot smaller. Everything else is a lot smaller. Of course, the backs are gorgeous. Ooh, let's check this one out. Okay, so these are too big. Yeah, these are all too big. Yeah. But again, the small ones, you could make, you know, like go to the side, put the darker towards the bottom. That might work, but these would be pretty to just do some fussy cutting and add. Oh, and I love this. Look how pretty that is. So yep, you can use it on just the one, and the back side of that is the pink that looks like fabric. It looks like kind of like a cement, actually. And that's on the back side of this. So yes, you definitely could. So you don't have to stamp and die cut. You could use those. But I like doing this because you can kind of get the colors that you want and choose what color, if you want bold or, you know, a certain kind of party or whatever. Oh, I totally agree. Being able to cut out some images out of DSP is so wonderful, because let's say that there's a day, and I always say this, that there's a day that you go in your craft room and you want to craft something and it's just nothing's coming to you and you just can't find that creativity that you're hoping for. And so you're like, okay, now what am I going to do? Well, you could die cut flowers, you could fussy cut, you could do sentiments. There's a lot of stuff that you could do that the next day something just might totally pop in your mind to create, and then you have your project ready to go. So I hope that, you know, if anything, that kind of gives you some incentive to get in your craft room and do something. And then when you are ready to go, you could be like, oh, you know what? I cut out all those flowers and I'm ready to go. So what I like to do is I'm going to show you, and I've showed you this before, but when I create projects, a lot of the time I just like to, like, I fussy cut out all these little bathing suits, and I did extra for my, when I did my bingo card last month. Now I have a whole bunch of the distressed gold and evening evergreen and cherry cobbler that I could create more cards. And of course this I did on my scan and cut. And so I just keep them in baggies like this so that if I need something, I could just go grab them and have them ready to go. And so that's kind of what I decide on, how I decide what I'm going to do or pull out next. I might have an idea for something, and then I might say, you know what, I'm going to use the boughs of holly with that because I'm thinking gold and Christmas and tradition, but then I have this and I'm like, oh, I'm going to use that. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Thanks, eeek. I appreciate that. I would love a thumbs up, you guys. I'm doing some extra fun things for my channel that are going to be coming your way, so be looking for that. And I'm going to be gone Sunday, so I do not have a video. I was hoping to get one recorded, but with my new software and everything, and I have not packed. I have not done anything. I've just started some laundry, so I don't have to do it when I get back. And I am gonna take some time tonight and just relax, and so that is kind of what I'm doing. If you joined late, I showed you at the beginning how to purchase your paper share, any classes with me, anything, how to register and pay. So hopefully that'll be helpful to you. Katie's message. Katie, let me go up. Did I miss something? The flower is under the grid paper on the upper left. Well, you sneaky lady, you. It sure was. I can't believe you saw that. So this was right here. Did you see it under the screen? How did you see it? So yes, it was right here. So let's put that on. Thank you, Katie. You went back and looked, didn't you? Or you saw it slide away when you popped in late. So thank you very much. Now we can add our flower, and I'm just going to add it right there. Oh, nope, sentiment. Move it down a little bit. Okay, so here's the thing with the sentiment right there. I'm going to take it and put it in the same spot, but I'm going to move my little petal under the sentiment right there. So see how I kind of covered up all that green that was there? You don't see a lot of it, and it just looks like you've got some bigger flowers towards you than all of the little ones behind. So there we go. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that very much. And thank you, Betty, for letting me know. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Caroline. Me too. So again, paper shared, if you're interested, please go ahead and register. You have through tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I will be ordering. Remember, I am not in California tomorrow. I will be in Montana, so I will be ordering it earlier than later, probably. And that's if I have service. Otherwise, it will be when I get to a Starbucks or something. Oh, good, Katie, thank you. Also, bingo in July. We are, I showed some sneak peeks on that at the beginning. If you missed it, go back. You can see some sneak peeks on the projects. They are going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited about those. Christmas Online, I could not stress enough that this class is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be one of those classes that you guys are going to be like, oh man, I wish I would have went. Because I will be putting a PDF on my blog for sale. But if you purchase that class, which you're going to get all the kits for, you'll have a video to create along with, and that's going to be a huge benefit to this PDF for you. And so if you are in this class, you're going to get that for part of your class fee. Safe travels. Hope you have a nice trip. Oh, you know what? I've been wanting to go to Montana. I hear it's beautiful, so I'm excited. Oh, thanks, Katie. Yeah, I'm super excited to go to Montana. I've never been to North Dakota, so I'm excited about that. So we leave tomorrow morning. Yay! So I will be available unless my service is kind of iffy with traveling. So if you need anything, message me. I will get back to you. And I will have my laptop, so I will be doing all my ordering and checking your orders coming in. If you do order retired stuff that I have on my blog, I will put those together next week when I return and get those out. And other than that, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Have a very safe 4th of July. And I will be back on the 6th. The 6th. Whatever Wednesday is. I will see you on Wednesday at 5:30. Have a great rest of your weekend and a great holiday. Bye, everybody.